What's good, Chaotic Nation and Invisible People? My name is Chaos, and we are here today to talk about Apex Legends. Again, guys, I am in love with this game. It's an amazing game. You definitely should try it. It's free to play. Definitely go get it. Shameless plug there. But today, we are talking about the new feature that came into the game. They have now released Apex solo matches. And so I wanted to make a tier list based on what characters I think do better in this setup instead of the multiplayer where there's 3 members in a squad. You just have a solo match, so you have to rely on your own gun. You have to rely on just your legend. You don't have anyone else to help you out. So while there is a bunch of really cool combos you can do with the squads, this is solely going to be focused on the only one legend in solos. So if you watch the other video where I did this with the regular Apex Legends, those were for... that was totally for the squads and not for solos, because solos had not come out yet. And by the way, just an update to that video, Watson would be probably C or D tier. I'd probably put C tier, honestly, in that. So, just so you guys know that, because I know I did that before Watson was released. So, just so you guys have an update for that. But today we're doing solos only, so let's get into it. So, in the solo match, you're going to be dropping in by yourself. There's going to be 60 players in the lobby. Probably more like 58, 59, because you know you have those few people who drop out really quick. So we're going to be taking a look at which legends fit in which tiers. Now this is going to be slightly different from the other one since you have to rely on yourself, and that's it. Just another forewarning here that Apex is highly rewarding players on getting loot. So I feel like there's been better loot to see. I keep finding guys who get purple and gold armor right off the bat. So, and I'm not even in a high tier loot place. So, that is a little bit more of a challenge. Getting loot is primarily going to be the thing you need to do. And just surviving and being good at the game helps out a bit. But getting good loot is what you really need to win this game. And you got to remember, there's 60 players. The circle starts at the beginning. So, a lot of people are going to be playing around that circle, in that circle, so you're probably going to be 60 players, really congested at the beginning of the game. So just keep that in mind as you play through the game, and keep that in mind as you make your way around the map. Circle is really not your biggest concern while playing this. Just another tip. Don't worry about the circle. If you get anywhere close to the circle, like even in the quadrant of the map it's in, you're going to make it into the circle no problem. So don't worry about it. The circle seems to be going slower, and it has to condense a lot farther than it does for the first one. So just keep that in mind. But let's get into the legends here. So we're going to start out in D tier. But before we get into the tier, I want to specify the rankings and what each tier stands for. So D is kind of meh. They're all right. They're not really the best, but they're the worst characters on this tier list. Let's just be honest about that. But they're kind of like meh. They're all right. They're not good. They're not great. I wouldn't pick them, but you know, they're there. They're like the guy you pick like next to last in dodgeball in school. So just keep that in mind. So we're gonna start out with D tier, move up to C tier, move up to B tier, move up to A tier, move up to S tier. So C tier is gonna be all right. They're good. They're okay. They're okay. I mean, they're not terrible. They're all right. B is all right. They're good. This is a good character. Good solid characters can do a lot of work in here. A is very good. They're gonna be characters who excel a little bit more than they usually would from the B tiers and the C tiers. And then the S tiers is going to be reserved for the best character. So only one character is going to be an S tier, and that is reserved for the best, the character that's going to be surviving the best in solo. So let's get into D tier. We're starting out with Mirage in D tier. So Mirage is, as I said in the other video, not a very useful person. Mirage really, its abilities are not very useful. It's very similar to Wraith in this kind of format where you can teleport out of places like using your ultimate, but the tactical is not very useful. It just has bad abilities. Mirage just can't do anything really in this game. There's really just nothing to Mirage. Mirage doesn't give you any bread and butter. So if you want like the most vanilla character you're ever gonna get with abilities not really helping you out much, try Mirage. Although the decoys can be useful into baiting people out to fire at your decoy so you can find where they are, but that's pretty much all that they're useful for. So it's kind of meh. Mirage is meh. It's always been meh. I wish they made it better, but you know, it's meh. Next up is C tier, and these are okay. These guys are okay. So we have Bloodhound and Bangalore. So Bloodhound actually moves up a tier from the other list. Bloodhound's okay with its abilities. because it has the ability to find enemies. Of course, you're going to be dropping really quickly, and finding enemies is not going to be hard to do. So it's kind of redundant. It's good if people are trying to camp. Your ultimate is nice to track. So that is one way to play Bloodhound, is to just track people. I've been stalking people with in the game with Bloodhound a lot, and it feels like it works better that way. So definitely, if you want to play a game where you're not as aggressive and you want to play a little bit more defensive and tactical, Bloodhound might not be a bad option for you. It might be pretty cool. It might be pretty cool. But I don't play Bloodhound as much. I think it's got potential if you know how to use it right. But again, I would recommend other legends over Bloodhound. Wraith also goes in this tier. Now Wraith is in the weird spot because Wraith's abilities, as I said with Mirage, don't really give it anything. However, it does have the tactical ability, which allows you to warp through. You can go through the space and get away from battles, which is useful and unique, especially when you're going to get into a lot of multi-party matches. You're going to have more than one person you're fighting at a time. So you got to get used to fighting 3 people or even 4 people at a time that aren't on your team. So Wraith is useful for that, but it's really also hinders itself, because when you try to get away, you cannot open doors, you cannot fire, you can't do anything like that. So it's not really that great of an ability. And also Wraith is more likely to take some more damage if you get hit, although you are more elusive, which I don't really think helps anything really in my mind. So basically Wraith's just going to die faster, and yeah, not really that great. Moving on to the good tier, we got we're gonna start out with Bangalore. By the way, I put these all in alphabetical order. They're probably ranked different within the tiers themselves, but they're in alphabetical order. I'm gonna start with Bangalore. Bangalore is just kind of, it's there. Bangalore's a solid character, always has been. The smoke is really useful. The ultimate is really useful for like final circle to pressure people out of the circle if you need to just sit there. Other than that, it really doesn't have anything. It doesn't give you anything in battle. It doesn't give you really a whole lot of leverage in the game. It's really just a character that you can protect areas with by using your ultimate, and you also can use smoke to get out and to go through if you have a digi threat. So interesting character that has to be tactically played, I have to say, to be very useful. So it's good, but again, there's better legends. Next up is Lifeline. Now Lifeline's really good as always, with the Lifeline, the healing dock. That's always been useful. It's really useful for Lifeline in this game. And I really think the care packages is really nice, because if you can get by yourself, you can launch a care package, which it's going to be hard. But you're going to need a couple ultimate accelerants. You're going to need to find a place where you're outside of the ring and by yourself. And you can drop a care package, maybe get something really cool like a Mastiff or a Kraber. Or maybe just get an L-Star which you can just go ham with. So Lifeline has potential to do really good in this game. But also it's just okay. It's good. It's good. It's a good character. And then you have Octane. Now Octane falls from A tier a little bit for me because of its tactical ability. It got the stem boost, which gives you more speed. However, it also lowers your health by a good chunk. I think it's about an 1/8 to about a 1/10 of its health, of its overall max health. So when you're in the first zone, when you drop, you're going to have people on you right away, which means you can't use that ability unless you want to be down like 80% versus someone who has 100%, and then you have to get a good shield, and it's just not a good situation. Octane's really struggle with this tier, with this game, early game. Octane, however, is good at the end of the game, though. If you can get away from everybody, you can completely go outside the circle, use your jump pads, use your stems to get back into the ring. It works out that way. And also, you can use that jump pad to get positional advantages at the end of the game. I played one match where I got the top 3 squads, and one guy won because he was on top of the roof of the building while everyone else was on the ground. So he literally had the eagle point advantage, and when the circle came in, he literally just dropped down and everybody else was trying to run in and they just couldn't get in. So getting positional is really good in this game, in the end game, if you want to play it that way. So Octane can be good in that sense. However, losing health by using one of its abilities is not very useful in this early game. So I made it B tier. It's good. It can go wrong, and it also can go really well. So it's good. Next up is A tier, and we have Jibby going on. Jibby making a statement in A tier. Jibby's really good in this game. It can use its the dome, the protection of dome. It can use its pretty much like napalm strike to bring in like explosives, which is awesome. It makes this character really, really good. It's got good abilities, and the shield fortress and the less damage with the fortified characteristic. This character actually is really, really good. I probably would say it's the second place on this list. It works well. It can take shots. It can, like, you can just literally sit on people and they can't do anything really to you. So very good character, very useful, and good pick here. Octane, I mean, that's Pathfinder. Octane's B tier. Pathfinder gets A tier as well. It's probably the best at the job of getting away from fights and as well as getting tactical advantages. So it basically does what Wraith and Octane does, but just better. The zip lines are perfect. The grapples make it so you can get up to places by yourself and you don't have to put a zip line away for somebody. However, zip lines are also very useful because you can hear people get on your zip line and you mow them down as they come up. So it works really cool that way as well. And I just think this is a good character to use. If you want to find the rings, you can use the dishes and get those. The survey beacons, if you want to use that to get an advantage that way, that could be a thing. So this is definitely a really cool Pokemon. I'm not in Pokemon. I'm in Apex, dude. Bruh, I got Pokemon on the mind. But this is a really cool character to use. I always liked Pathfinder. It's been one of my mains. I just don't think it's the best in this game. So in this game mode, it's not the best. It's really good. It's just not the best. And last but not least is Octane in this. Why do I keep saying? I keep looking at Octane and I keep saying Octane. It is Watson. Watson hits A tier in this. Watson is really good with its abilities. You have ways to charge your shield. You have ways to build fences and all that fun stuff. So really what Watson can do really fun. And I thought about this when playing Watson and doing this. If you can make it to the final zone, you can set up your charger in the middle. You can set up a fence all the way around you. And nobody can get in that final zone. But you have to be very quick with doing it. It's going to be really hard to do that, but it'd be kind of funny if you did, because they can't throw grenades at you because it just sucks into it, your ultimate. So boom, very, very cool, very good way to do it. And you can literally just hide behind that. It's like another barrier for you, so you don't even have to worry about being in the open. And the final ring's like literally in the middle of nowhere. You are fine. You can literally put that thing up, you can rotate around it and shoot people. It's great, it's amazing. And I think Watson can be really good. Also, electrical fences are really nice. Octane's Gauntlet is a very popular spot since a lot of achievements are needed at that spot. So what you can do is set up a barrier to deter people from coming up a certain way, and then you mark them off the other way. So there's this one building where you have to go up the steps. If you block off the steps, they can jump to the side, either side, and climb in that way. But if you put up a fence there, they can't do that. And then you can get them from the other side that's open, so they come up and you're just dead. That's easy. So Watson really good tactical, really good at the beginning, really good end game. The middle game is a little bit fuzzy. Trying to get into ring, trying to get into the zone and get positional advantages, that's going to be a little difficult. But if you can get in position with Watson, you can win this game. It's very cool character. Very good, and gets A tier. And last but not least, we get our S tier. The best character for this mode, Solos best Apex Legend, is going to be Caustic. Caustic is very good. I give a shout out to my man Dave for suggesting Caustic might be interesting to play, and I can say it is a very good character to play. You literally can play Final Zone with Nox Gas. You can play gas traps. You can do a lot of different things. The gas traps are very useful. I mean, you can run into bunker. You literally can just hit bunker every single time. Set up a trap, because no one's really going to come into you unless they're Caustic as well. And then come in, they can set off your trap. You know they're there, and you mow them down. That's it. Caustic's really good. Nox Gas gets people in the final zone. Can be used to clear out buildings. It's just very useful there as well. And then also this thing has Fortify, so you're taking less damage from shots. So Caustic, it can be very good. And the same thing with Watson. You can set up a trap in the final zone if you need to as a barrier. So you could just sit it behind the trap, and if people start shooting at you, you hide behind the trap, you mow them down, hide behind the trap, mow them down, hide behind the trap, mow them down. You get the pattern. So this could be a very cool character to run, and I think it definitely gets my blessing for the best Apex Legend in Apex Solo. So take it out with a grain of salt, guys. You can pick your own legends. This is just my tier list. If you want to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. That'd be great and appreciate it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to Invisible Corporation so you never miss any of these fun videos that we do, as well as any other content from our amazing creators here. Make sure you go check me out in the links below. Check out my Twitter, Twitch, Discord, YouTube, all that fun stuff. I will see you guys very, very soon for more content as well. So we're doing another Apex video next week. So if you want to come back next Saturday, we are going to be talking about Apex Legends, the Legends. So just a little bit of a tease for you there. Talk about Legends and maybe some fun features with Legends. So definitely come check that out next week. And I will see you guys next time. I guess that's all I really have to say. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Until next time, my name is Chaos, and I'm signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.